The Jets may have signed their offensive coordinator, but they also signed another coach who should not be overlooked. And well, welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm WatsuK99. Thank you as always for taking the time to watch these videos. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. And if you're returning, welcome back. So the New York Jets signed Nathaniel Hackett as their offensive coordinator. We just did a video talking about Hackett, but they also came to terms with Keith Carter as their offensive line coach and run game coordinator. Now, Keith Carter is 40 years old. Now, he's replacing John Benton as offensive line coach, and he is the first run game coordinator in New York Jets history. So, you know, I'm sure he's going to be the best one they've ever had. I'm pretty confident. Now, let's talk about Keith Carter, his history, and how he's thought of around the league, because it's really interesting to think about this. Keith Carter has been coaching since 2005, and he's predominantly been an NFL assistant since 2012. Most recently, he served the last 5 seasons as the Tennessee Titans offensive line coach, and during that time, Carter helped the Titans rank 2nd in rushing yards per game with 139.9. He led an offensive line that helped the Tennessee Titans offense finish in the top 6 in red zone offense in each of the last 4 seasons, including first place overall in 2019. You know, in the second half of the season, a lot of Jets fans were criticizing the red zone offense. Well, this is something that Keith Carter is very skilled at. That gives me a lot of optimism. The Titans also produced a top 5 rushing attack in 3 of his last 4 seasons in Nashville, and his line blocked for Derrick Henry's 2,027-yard campaign in 2020. And you know Keith Carter is just itching to work with Breece Hall. And I'm sure he's excited, too, to work with Michael Carter and Bam Knight, but I bet he looks at Breece Hall as that shiny new toy that he can craft and get his hands on. And not only that, but Keith Carter and head coach Robert Saleh have been connected for more than a decade. They were both on the Seattle Seahawks staff under Pete Carroll in 2012 and 2013. You had Carter as the offensive quality control coach, and Saleh was the defensive quality control coach. And then after Carter left, he went on to Atlanta, spent 3 years there as an assistant O-line coach and running backs coach before he went on to Tennessee. But speaking of Tennessee, I heard a podcast with Taylorlewan, the Pro Bowl tackle of the Titans. He had some very interesting thoughts on Carter because they were actually on the air when the news broke about Carter being fired. So I've got the quote here, and I'm going to read this verbatim to you. So this is from Taylorlewan. Keith and I have had a very up and down relationship, and I think it's ended at a much higher point. When Keith first got there, the way he came in and the way he was trying to act towards everybody, it was like very disrespectful, very authoritative, in a very dictatorship type of way. All right, so this is a very hard-nosed coach. Now, he also said that Carter had, quote, impossible standards. Sometimes as a player, you just want a pat on the back, and you never truly get that. Lewan did praise Carter's improvements, saying he, quote, grew every single year. So this is a coach who has kind of had to find his way a little bit, but he has grown. He's figured out how to connect with his players a little bit better, but he does have a very tough side to him, a very aggressive side to him. It'll be interesting to see how the running backs and the offensive line take to him. Specifically. One more connection that I find pretty interesting. He's actually the grandson of Pro Football Hall of Fame defensive end Gino Marchetti. Now, Gino Marchetti's last season was with the Baltimore Colts back in 1966. So I'm sure Gino knew a couple of players on that Colts team that lost the Super Bowl to the Jets in 1969. But I got to tell you, I like this signing of Keith Carter because he knows how to build an offensive line. He knows how to work that running game. And that is something that completely disappeared this past season once Breece Hall and AVT went down. So I got to say, I'm more excited about this signing than I am about Nathaniel Hackett. But I want to know how you feel. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think of the Keith Carter signing. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I'll see you back here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair.